Success is not only when they receive that award or when they finish education. Success is when every single day they enjoy doing what they're doing and they're making small little improvement.
Hey there, this is Benjamin from Live Smart Asia here. Once a month, the Live Smart community gathers together and we learn more together. You're going to be watching one of my closed door sessions that I do monthly for the parents. Now, what's the purpose of this Parent Thrive? I believe that parenting can be quite a lonely journey sometimes. That's the reason why we have all this session every month so that we can grow together and thrive together. So, enjoy, watch, and share this video if you want to. See you at the next Parenting Thrive.
So one of the very important thing, parents, what we need to do is to help them stay committed to it. Remind them the why. I would have talked to your children about this word called YOLO. Y-O-L-O. Parents, make a guess, what is Y-O-L-O? Yes, you only live once. Now, this is a modern day slang by the younger children. So last time when I was doing workshop and children came out to me and said YOLO, YOLO, I got no idea what is it. Then after that, I realized that YOLO means you only live once. But how do they use this word called YOLO? They say, my friend just called me, go out. Let's go. YOLO. Right? I want to do something dangerous. YOLO. Now, you can tell them, say, YOLO, do things properly. YOLO, life is precious. Okay? So, goals give you a sense of direction. Know your goals. Goals give you motivation. And of course, it also gives you power you never knew. Which means, if you do something, you have a goal you pursue. And once you do it, you realize that, hey, I actually got so much potential for it. When reminding them, we also need to remind ourselves. Balance and timing. Use reminders at appropriate time. Ensure they are supportive and encouraging rather than forceful and critical. So sometimes when we want to remind our children about our goal, it's best to ask them the question, what is your goal? Rather than saying things like, hey, you tell me one, you say. You are the one that say your goal is this. There's a difference in that. Get them to be reminded of it. Positive framing. Focus on your child's progress and steps they have taken towards their goal and reinforce their achievements and strengths. Empathy and understanding. Understand your children's challenges and emotion. Offer reminders in a way that acknowledge their feelings. And of course, encourage reflection. Get your children to think. Always make sure that you ask them, what is your goal? What is your goal? Okay. One of the very, very simple way to do it is to ask them what they learned during the workshop. We have talked to them about different types of goals. We have talked to them about this thing called life path. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. When you are 12 to 16 years old, where you want to plan to be, 17 to 20 years old, where you want to go. I got all your children to write down at what age, where they plan to be. Ask them to share this thing called their life path. The very simple way to remind your children, if they got no idea what is this life path, right? Then you ask them, the paper that you hold up during the workshop, they are supposed to paste it on the wall so that they get reminded of all the dreams and goals that they have. Now, only then we are ready to empower them. Children must be taught how to think and not what to think. It's the same like give them a fish, feed them for a day, teach them how to fish. So how do we do it? Teach them by a lot of encouragement, progress focus, and of course, equip and trust. Give them different ways of progress tracker, encourage when they are moving towards their goal. Success is not only when they receive that award or when they finish education. Success is when every single day they enjoy doing what they're doing and they're making small little improvement. Tell them that success is not like when you reach there, but enjoy the process when you get there. That's also success. So over the many years of teaching children and also adults, I found out that one of the reasons, right, why some people go out there and get their goal is because they got a compelling reason to do so. Meaning to say, something happened, something emotional for them. They feel something about it. They know the reason why. Like I was sharing recently, I met up with one of my students who is studying to become a cancer doctor. So you ask him, of all the topics, of all the specialization, why you want to specialize in cancer? Then he says, oh, my mom died of cancer, so I want to specialize. So then I realized that, hey, there's always a reason. There's a cause and effect. You got to ask your children, why is this important? Then once you know the reason why, remind them of their why, find times to talk about it, and also ask them what are some of the smaller milestones to reach the ultimate goal. So that goal over there is that big thing, but before that, there are all the small little things that they must accomplish before they get that big thing. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. I would really appreciate if you really spend time to really think about this. Then maybe in the next round, you have created an impact in your life when you think about it, right? Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you.